It's a little weird, a little bit, but you know, I'm just focused on the next game and then trying to win that game, and hopefully we do it. If we don't, it's still gonna be okay. I still love this team and love how far we came. So, but definitely looking forward to winning that game on Monday.
And what have you learned about Central Michigan?
They got some shooters. They got some shooters, and they got some guys that can put it on the floor, spread the court. So it should be an interesting game.
What's talking to Kason and Coach? Obviously, there's been a lot of talk this year about kind of the chemistry that you guys have and what's made this group special. What has made this group special in your mind, and why do you think you guys kind of like being around each other so much?
Just the unselfishness that everybody has. I think that played a big part in it, and I think the off the court, the equity that we built in the time that we had with each other, I think that really had a big part with it. And I think we just all love each other, and we have respect for each other. So that's been big for us.
Does that make it easier to? Obviously, it's disappointing to lose in the Summit League tournament. I speak from personal experience covering Ball State last year. They didn't really want to play in the CIT. Does it make it easier when you have a group that likes each other to kind of bounce back and refocus and get prepared for the CIT?
Yeah, that's a big part of it. When you play in these type of tournaments, you have those feelings where you didn't reach the top goal or the goals that you wanted to meet. But yeah, having that that mutual respect and all that, having guys like each other, that plays a big part in advancing on with your season. So, yeah.
How do you stay motivated?
I just love basketball, and whenever I just have a chance to play or opportunity to play, I go for it, and this is what I love to do. So, yeah.
Whenever it ends for you here at Fort Wayne, what are your plans moving forward?
I feel like I'm gonna have some opportunities, to play pro. I don't have a whole lot. I haven't talked. I talked to Coach a lot, but he says there's going to be a lot of opportunities for me. But I'm just trying to win this next game and see how far we can get in the CIT.
I mean, as someone from Fort Wayne, to get one more game at the Coliseum, does that mean anything special for you?
Yeah. I like playing in the Coliseum. It's a special thing, and especially after we won against IU last year, it's always been special to me. So. Yeah.
I mean, it feels good just to be a part of something, just being able to leave here knowing that I helped the team out, with something else, so, I mean, it feels good.
How have you seen this group kind of bounce back after the loss in the Summit League tournament and regroup and refocus to get ready for this?
Just our practices during this week. It's been a lot of contagious positive energy going on. We our practice has been flowing. Coach hasn't been screaming at anybody, so everything's been going good.
How cool is it? I mean, it takes kind of a commitment from an athletic department and the city in a way to get ready to be able to host a postseason game. How thankful are you that you guys don't have to travel and that you get to kind of play this game in your own backyard?
Oh man, I mean, it feels good. Just from traveling from Sioux Falls, the 15-hour bus ride, so long, just being able to stay here and just be focused on our fans at the games and stuff like that, it feels good.
What have you guys been told? What have you watched in regards to Central Michigan, and what kind of challenge will they be for you guys?
Basically, it's going to be the same thing as guarding South Dakota State. They have a big man that shoots the ball real good, like Mike Dom, and just basically getting ready for the same game.
Do you feel like they're kind of similar to you guys in terms of the way they like to drive and kick and the way they shoot threes and things of that nature?
Yeah, I guess you could say that, yeah.
What keeps you guys motivated going into this game?
Just knowing we can still win a championship. The seniors can still leave with something positive, and just all of us still being able to play with each other.
And what is it like playing with this team?
I mean, we have a lot of fun with each other. It's always just about our energy levels and stuff like that. Just knowing that me, Bryson, and Jay King is the heart of the team, and we're about to leave. It's just everybody's just trying to just make sure we leave on a good note.
Yeah, we're very excited. For us, to have our fifth straight postseason appearance is a blessing. There's a lot of schools out there that don't really get this opportunity, so to be one of those teams that have that opportunity to keep playing it's awesome. I'm really glad I get to keep playing with this group of guys and these seniors for another tournament, and just can't wait to see what else we can do.
Coach Coffman has talked all year about how much he loves this group and kind of the chemistry you guys have. Is this the best group that you've been a part of here in terms of the chemistry, and I guess just what kind of makes this group special in your mind?
I think just the way we build equity, like just all the time we spend around each other in the off season, and even during the season when we're not playing, either going out to eat, watching games together, playing video games, stuff like that. I really think that makes us special, both off the court and on the court, because our chemistry is just on point. To say that this is the best, I believe so.
How much, I was asking Coach, how long does it take? Obviously, it's disappointing to lose in a conference tournament, especially, the way you guys came back and fought. How long does it take to kind of put that behind you and refocus on the CIT?
We were all disappointed, with the outcome and, the Summit League tournament. Our number one goal is to make the NCAA and, to win the Summit League. And, we came up short. We took a few days off just to get our minds right. And then we came back Thursday, had a great practice. Everyone was, high-spirited, had a lot of fun just playing and going against each other, and I really feel like it didn't really take too much time to get back, and now we're just focused on Central Michigan and trying to win the CIT.
And even though NCAA tournament is your ultimate goal, being able to play in the postseason and having those extra opportunities to practice together, do you feel like you and these guys value the opportunity of another postseason tournament?
Definitely. The way we've been preparing the last few days has been, awesome. We've all been locked in and focused, and we're just all on the same page that we want to play and we want to keep playing together and we want to win this thing. Like I said, it's a blessing to have another chance to play in the postseason. We all understand that, so we're definitely not going to take this for granted.
What have you learned about Central Michigan?
Well, they have a lot of guys that can really shoot the ball. They have, I think, about 5 guys that average double figures. They really push the ball. They have a lot of deliberate sets, but they run it to perfection, and they really crash the glass offensively.
Do you guys kind of feel like you're looking in a mirror a little bit with them in terms of they shoot a lot of threes and they kind of like to drive and kick and things of that nature?
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like looking in the mirror. They drive and kick the same way we do. They crash the glass, like we do. So it's going to be a fun game.
We had a little bit of an idea late Friday night, but not enough to get anything really prepared for yesterday's practice, and really it got confirmed yesterday. But it's really, Central Michigan is a really good team, but I love a regional matchup. Sometimes it's been hard for us to get some good MAC and Horizon matchups. So we've never played them. It's the first time the two programs have ever played. So it's an exciting opportunity in postseason play. And I think it's going to be really cool on national TV and how the CIT is operating with the 4 games right after selection Sunday, and we're the first postseason game of the postseason. So that's pretty cool.
What have you learned about how they play?
They really shoot the three. They're going to score the ball at a high level. They really take advantage of mismatches, particularly at the 4 and the 5, where they get you in some funky mismatches, and then they're going to try and take away whether it's a driver or shooter, depending on who they have in those positions. They'll go undersized. And they do a really good job of just taking advantage of how you guard ball screens. And if you do one thing, they're going to try something different. And honestly, at the end of the day, they're very versatile as players. And so it's a thing where we're going to have to rely a lot on our principles. And then we just got to have a great attack mode tomorrow coming into the game and put the excitement that I think our guys feel about getting to play in postseason, put it on the floor tomorrow.
Obviously, it's difficult to lose in a conference tournament and the disappointment that comes with that. How long, obviously, you guys have been in this position for the last few years. How long has it typically taken your teams to kind of regroup after that conference tournament loss and bounce back on their feet for the postseason?
Well, I mean, every team's been a little bit different. I don't think you ever fully recover until the next year. You start hunting with the next team. For those seniors, I mean, it's their last chance at an NCAA tournament. It's something that we talk about. But at the end of the day, we've recruited guys that love to get in the gym, that love to play the game, and they change. They turn their mindset into, okay, next game mentality. This is a great honor to play in a really, really good tournament, and the CIT's taking care of us, and we've had good matchups, to be able to get some home games out of this against people that we haven't always been able to schedule. So I think it's also dependent on the year. I mean, couple times we've played in the postseason, and it took us till halftime to transition. Last year, when we beat Ball State here, I did that just for you. We really played well, and we transitioned right away, and we had a great game, great preparation. We've seen great preparation this week. We had 3 really good days of practice. We've gone shorter to maintain our focus. We also gave our guys off 3 to 4 days during the spring break to kind of get away for a little bit, rest their legs, and so I think our guys are excited for tomorrow.
Will a noon tip time on a Monday be strange at all? I mean, obviously, you have afternoon games kind of on the weekends during the year, but will it be weird at all for your guys where you have to adjust to that at all?
Honestly, during basketball season, to our guys, I mean, we work every day. Not just our staff, but our players. I mean, we're working. I mean, we're on the road. We're playing. These guys barely even know what day of the week it is, particularly with our travel schedule. So that part's not really unique. The uniqueness will be that, they're going to go to class right after pregame meal, and then they're going to hustle over to the Coliseum to suit up for the game, and then they're going to go to class after the game. Typically, you're not going to class after a game, so that part's unique. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's cool that there's 4 straight games on the first day of postseason play, and that we get to play in the whole scenario CIT's created. I hope Fort Wayne will come out. I mean, it's short notice. I'm very appreciative of a lot of people who have just bent over backwards to make this possible, from people at the Coliseum, people in our athletic department, across campus who are trying to market it, trying to get as many people so it represents our university city and our program well with the crowd tomorrow.
You mentioned Ball State. Last year in the post-game conference, Whitford mentioned that they shouldn't have played that game. This year they declined a bid. Do your guys value what a postseason tournament means, and does their mentality reflect that? Yeah, everybody's a little different. Every team is a little different. I can't speak to where his team is. I know they had some guards injured, and it was a tough year in some regards there. With us, I mean, hey, our guys just love to play the game. And the longer I get to coach this group, the more I want to coach it. And, the mindset, the disappointment stuff, I mean, that's part of life. And I think, this is another message and lesson that you can send your guys off on is, okay, hey, there's always, the next play mentality. And, this is a great honor. There's really good teams in it. And at the end of the day, I mean, we've had a lot of success. When we beat Akron, we beat Ball State in this. And so you get to play people that don't always want to schedule you during the regular season. So I think there's a huge advantage to that. So for us, for the guys we recruit, the guys that I think just absolutely love to play basketball, I mean, what would they rather be doing? Sitting on their couch on Monday or playing in postseason play against somebody who's really, really good? And for us this year, it's on national TV. And what that does for our university and our city, I think is really, really cool too.
What has it meant to have Bryson Scott on this team, and what kind of mark has he left?
How much time do you have? I mean, I think for this game is really cool for Bryson and for the city of Fort Wayne. I mean, when, senior night was done, I think all those people that followed Bryson since he was a child coming up and came out thought that was the last time they'd see him live. And so to be able to come back to Fort Wayne for him for another game is I think pretty cool. He's had tremendous growth this year. In every regard. And I'll speak more to the basketball side of it. I mean, he's taken our team to another level this year, getting to the free throw line, which is an area that we struggled at last year. It was the first time in my tenure here we had not won the free throw battle, and he's bounced between 1 and 5 all year long in terms of free throws attempted and made, and that's really changed this group. And he's done that aggressiveness and being top 10 in the country and scoring with unbelievable unselfishness. His assists are up from where they were last year, and he's playing with the group really well.
And then can you tell me what's it like to have Jon in the backcourt with him?
I mean, we have an unbelievable backcourt. I mean, as you guys saw when we went down to Bloomington, and that's with our starting guards, with Kason, with Jon Conchar, with Bryson Scott. I mean, you got to pick your poison. All three of them can really score the basketball, and all three of them complement each other really well. And as you guys probably saw, there was a pretty cool piece on scouting and statistics that came out in ESPN that had Jon as number 16th player in the country this year coming out of that. And I don't know how much all of that stuff weighs in, other than I know I like having him on our team, and I know our players like having him on our team, because when you got someone who's that unselfish, he goes from being starting at the fourth guard to starting at the point guard this year, and he leads our league in assists this year. And I never can seem to get him to take enough shots, and he just sprays the ball around and makes all these other guys better. And so I think we're all really glad he's on our team.
Will you fill out a bracket when it comes out tonight?
I fill one out with my son.
Okay.
My 9-year-old fills one out. Now, he always fills his out in pencil. And so he's still 9. At some point in the next couple of years, we're probably going to have to transition that. I see his moving from day to day as the tournament goes on.
South Dakota State in your Sweet 16?
I mean, they're pretty good this year. I think we, other than South Dakota, who got the win against them, we played them tougher than anybody. I'm disappointed that we didn't get another shot at them in the conference tournament. Kind of a cool stat is those guys, as good as they are, and they have the nice advantage of having home court advantage in the Summit League tournament. They've made 6 of the last 7 Summit League championship games. The only one that they didn't make was when we beat them in the semis a few years back to make the championship game. And the two of us are the only 2 teams in the Summit League who have had winning records the last 4 years. It's been 5 years for us, and they've made, I don't know exactly how many they date back, but to be the only 2 teams in the league over the last 4 years that have winning records is something I'm proud of.